Hey everyone, I am Tiffany Thomas, and you guys, today is day 10 of the 12 days of stocks, and I am super excited to be with you guys today. I've been having a blast doing these videos for you, and I hope you guys have learned so much information about stocks from these videos. Like I said, I'm Tiffany Thomas with WealthyTiffany.com, and today I'm going to show you how to achieve financial freedom even sooner. So this is day 10 of the 12 days of stocks, achieving financial freedom sooner with stocks. And before I dive in, you guys, I want to know why you want to achieve financial freedom. So tell me in the comments why you want to achieve financial freedom. Just give me, at least one reason. Is it, because you want more time, or, maybe you want to travel more, or, spend more time with your family, or maybe you want to donate to a good cause, to one of your favorite charities, or, just be able to volunteer your time more. Even if you're watching the replay, please share just at least one reason why you want to achieve financial freedom. I would love to know. And you guys stay with me for today and the next 2 days. There's only 3 videos left. I can't believe it. And I will reveal the full scoop on stocks. And even though you'll be entertained, the real reason you should be sticking around is because of all of the mind-blowing information I will be sharing about stocks so you can achieve financial freedom sooner. I am Tiffany Thomas, and I have helped individuals like yourself go from completely confused about the stock market to more confident investors. And stick with me long enough, and you'll become a more confident investor. It's true. All right, so day 10 is all about achieving financial freedom sooner with stocks. So if you want to achieve financial freedom, which I'm guessing that is one of your goals, but I'm guessing maybe you don't know exactly how to get there before you are going to be too old to enjoy it. So I want to help you with that. Stocks should be a part of your financial freedom plan. With the high rate of return you get on stocks, they are going to help you achieve financial freedom even sooner. I've seen over 100% return on the stocks that I've been invested in, and that's huge. Over 100% return is a huge return. And, let's just put it in comparison. So let's say you're earning 1% in your savings account, and even maybe you're not even earning 1% in your savings account. And if you're not, this is just a little side note, but check out an online bank. Ally is a good one. Capital One Investing. So just find a high interest savings account if you're going to keep money in savings. Okay. Anyway, so let's say you're earning at least 1% in your savings account. And let's compare that to earning 100% in stocks. Who wouldn't want the 100%, right? Comment 100% if that is the kind of return that you want to get, rather than a 1% return. There, is a risk, of course, investing in stocks, but remember how we talked about, reducing that risk earlier, and the risk of leaving it in your savings account. We talked about that in an earlier video, because inflation is usually about 3% every year. So inflation is going up 3%. And if you're only earning 1% in your savings account, then essentially you're losing 2% every year. So you're losing your own purchasing power by just leaving your money in your savings account, only earning that 1% interest, which is not good. That's high risk, right? So we want to make sure that we are putting our money where it's going to give us a higher rate of return, because that's what we are looking for. That is the first way that stocks will be able to help you achieve financial freedom sooner, because you'll be getting that higher rate of return. Okay, so point number 2 that I want to show you, actually, I have an awesome example to show you. And this is what you could have made in stocks if you would have invested years ago. So just by investing in these stocks, that would have helped you achieve financial freedom sooner, because you would have had more money invested. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys, and I will show you. Okay, well, let's go to the top of this. Okay, So here's what I have. And if you guys are watching on Instagram, you can hop over onto Facebook and check out my Facebook page, Tiffany Thomas, your wealth mentor. And you can see the live feed on the video with the screen share. And I'll go over, what I'm showing on the screen as well. So what I've done is I've pulled 10 companies that you could have invested in 10 years ago. And these are I just went to the most admired companies 10 years ago. So these are companies that you would have heard of, that would have been popular, that you could have invested in very easily 10 years ago. And the first one that I want to take a look at is the Walt Disney Company. So if you would have just invested $1,000 in Disney 10 years ago, you would have made $3,706 just by investing in Walt Disney 10 years ago. So all you did was make that initial investment and then wait for it to grow. That's it. So you could have made over $3,700. And that would have been, a total increase of over 270% return. That's huge. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. So I pulled in Costco, Costco Wholesale, right? So if you would have invested $1,000 in Costco, then you would have just over $3,400 right now, which is a total rate of return, total increase of 240%. That's huge, right? Huge. And if you would have bought Apple, if you would have bought just $1,000 worth of Apple, you would have over $7,000 now. $7,000. That's over a 604% return. Huge. And another one, Coca-Cola, really popular company. Tons of people drink Coke, right? And Coke products. And if you would have invested $1,000 in Coke, then you would have over $1,900. Right? So that's almost 100% return. That's 93% return. And, all you're doing is just purchasing stock and then waiting for it to increase. And these are just popular companies back then. So it's not even like you were trying to find, some secret company that wasn't well known. I purposely picked popular companies to make it easy for you guys to see how easy it is to make money with stocks. And if you would have invested in Johnson & Johnson, they have like a lot of baby products. If you would have invested $1,000, you would have over $2,800, $2,874, which is a total rate of return at 187%. And if you would have invested in GE, General Electric, I wanted to throw this one in here just so you guys can get a feel. Some stocks do go down, but you're not losing all of your money. And like I mentioned before, if you are investing in stocks, having about, 10 different stocks is a really good way to help reduce your risk. So I put in General Electric. So this one would actually have gone down. So you would have $692 from your $1,000. But as long as we are looking at the stocks, making sure they're good stocks, then we can see that they will increase in price and we can make money from them. But I just wanted to give you that example, because that is a popular company. So we want to make sure we're choosing the right stocks, right? Okay, and here's another one that was popular, FedEx, still a popular company, right? If we would have invested $1,000, we would have $2,687, which is a 168% return. So there's tons of different good stocks, and these are really popular companies that if you just would have invested in and waited for them to grow, you could have had this kind of return on your investments. And, you probably would have invested a lot more than this over the 10 years. I just wanted to keep it really simple. So let's take a look at another one, Microsoft, right? That's a really popular company too. If you would have invested $1,000, then you would have $3,100 right now, which is over a 200% return. And PepsiCo, right? A lot of people like Pepsi instead of Coke. And you guys, tell me in the comments if you're a Pepsi fan or a Coke fan. I want to know. Right Pepsi or right Coke? I want to make sure you're still with me, still following along. So tell me, Pepsi or Coke? Which one is your favorite? Which one of you would you invest in? If you would have invested in Pepsi, $1,000, then you would have $1,993, so almost $2,000. So that's a 99% return, which is huge, right? And here's another one, Walmart, super popular company. If you would have invested $1,000, you would have over $2,600, and that's 160% return. And you guys, just to sum this up, so if you would have bought just the world's most admired companies 10 years ago, these are really popular companies, your $10,000 that you would have invested would have turned into $28,661. So that's a gain of over $18,000. That's huge. So your total rate of return would have been 186% return, right? That is a huge return. So almost 3 times, right? And, that's just picking some good companies to invest in, to buy some stocks in, and then just buying and waiting for them to increase. And you can have such a high rate of return, which means you can achieve financial freedom sooner. And I just wanted to put this on the screen as well. So, you could have turned your $10,000 into almost $30,000, just over $28,000 by investing in these stocks. And if you would have left it in your savings account earning 1%, then you would have turned your $10,000 into just over $11,000. You guys, we don't want that, right? That would be a total return of just barely over 10%. Right? You can see the huge difference by just, picking a few good stocks to invest in and leaving those in your investment account and letting them grow. You can get such high returns with stocks, which is really, really great. So let me come back to the screen here. Okay. And you guys, if you're not sure on which stocks to choose, honestly, check out my course, Buy Your First Stock in 48 Hours. It breaks down everything so simply for you. And I have, the criteria that I use and tutorials in there. So it's really a win-win situation, honestly. And you can find it at buyyourfirststock.com. So give me some yeses if this helps to give you a good picture, a good visual on what you can make with stocks. Give me some yeses in the comments if you can see that. You can see the total return we would have got if we would have invested in stocks instead of just leaving that money in our savings account. And you guys tag a friend who needs this information. This is great information to be sharing. Which of your friends, is complaining about money? Tag them in this video, share this video with them so that they can stop complaining about money and start doing something about it, right? Okay, so the third point that I want to talk about, and we kind of already talked about it, but your rate of return and compound interest is really important when you're trying to achieve financial freedom sooner than later. So you want to know how much you're getting back on your investments, right? Which I just showed you. And I want to show you just another quick graph. So I want to show you some portfolio graphs. So let me share my screen with you again. So we're going to go to just some examples that I want to show you. And okay, so the rate of return you're getting is very important when you're investing. You want to get as high of a rate of return as possible. And I just put in here, an average annual rate of return at 10% for stocks. So it could be a lot higher than that, or depending on if the market goes down, it could be lower. But I wanted to compare this to the 1% that you're getting in your savings account. So what I did was I just took, a $10,000 deposit and then just contributed $10,000 every year. So you can kind of see how much you would be getting back if you were leaving that money in your savings account. So, hey, so if we invested $10,000 as our initial deposit, and then we put in $10,000 just every year, and we left that in our savings at 1%, we would have close to $300,000. Not quite $300,000. But the thing is, if we put in that $10,000 and, contributed the $10,000 every year, and left that in for 25 years, and then we had our stocks return, which is, I'm putting in at 10.42% to give us a little average, we would have $1.3 million, right? That's a huge, huge difference. So if we left it in the savings account, we would have $300,000. If we put it in the stocks, we would have 1.3, almost $1.4 million. That's huge. And I wanted to just show you, so if you left it in your savings account, that 10,000 in your savings account, and you left it in there for 50 years instead of that 25 years, you would only end up with $668,000. You're not even at $1 million yet, and that was double the time. So if we left our 10,000 in for 25 years, we would have about $300,000 at our 1% savings rate. Right? And then if we even left that in just, for 50 years, we doubled it, we would only have $668,000. But if we put it in the stocks, earning just over 10% in stocks, then we would have $1.3 million in 25 years. That's a huge, huge difference. So it's really important to pay attention to the rate of return you're getting on your investments. And stocks, like I said, have a really high rate of return as long as you're picking the right stocks and you're leaving them in there. We're not talking about day trading, right? We're talking about investing in stocks and letting them grow so that you can make money from them. And you guys, in my course, like I said, if you're not sure on what stocks to pick, definitely check out my course because I break down exactly what I look for when I am choosing stocks to invest in. And you can find it at buyyourfirststock.com. So you guys, give me some yeses, give me some hearts if you want a higher rate of return so you can achieve financial freedom sooner. Give me some yeses in the comments. Give me some likes. I want to make sure that's what you guys want, is a higher rate of return on your investments so you can achieve financial freedom even sooner. And you guys put in your favorite emoji. Let me know what you're feeling right now. So put in your favorite emoji, or one that describes how you're feeling right now, that shows how you're feeling. I'm curious to know, if you guys are finding this helpful information. And you guys, I just want to actually show you. So in these graphs, when we are, leaving our money in there, we can really take advantage of compound interest. So that is interest that builds upon interest. So that is money working for you. You're not adding extra money. It's just the interest building on the interest itself, which is super cool. So when we do that, we can have even more money that can help us achieve financial freedom sooner. Okay, so let me come back to the screen here. Okay, so let's do a recap. So investing in stocks helps you achieve financial freedom sooner. So the first thing that we talked about was what you could have made in stocks versus what you would have made in your savings account. And we saw that by having invested in stocks, that we had a really high rate of return. So we made, almost 3 times the amount of our money if we invested in stocks rather than leaving that in our savings account. And we only made, it was $1,000 from the 10,000 we invested, right? So that is, the first way that investing in stocks can help you achieve financial freedom sooner. And focusing on that rate of return and compound interest helps us to become financially free even sooner, because the higher rate of return we have, then we can actually be making more money quicker, right? So we can achieve financial freedom even sooner. And taking advantage of that compound interest, the interest building upon interest itself, helps to make our money work for us. And that helps us achieve financial freedom sooner. So you guys, if you want to achieve financial freedom sooner, and you're confused on just how to get started in stocks, definitely check out my course, Buy Your First Stock in 48 Hours. You can find it at buyyourfirststock.com. So you can get on that path to financial freedom and achieve it even sooner. Okay, so I will see you guys tomorrow for day 11 of the 12 days of stocks. And this one, I'm going to be talking about why stocks make great gifts. Because they do. They're pretty amazing. Everything that we've talked about so far, I would say they're pretty amazing, right, you guys? Give me some yeses, give me some likes, give me some hearts if you agree. So I will see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, the same time, for day 11 of the 12 days of stocks. And we're going to be talking about why stocks make great gifts. And you guys, and then, yeah, it'll just be day 11 and day 12, and then we will be finished with the stock series. And if you want to watch the replays, then go over to my Facebook page, Tiffany Thomas, Your Wealth Mentor, and you can find all of the replays there. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.